Petronas President and Group Chief Executive Officer Tan Sri Tunku Muhammad Taufik Tunku Aziz is likely to continue leading the national oil firm. When asked during an editor's briefing, Taufik said there is no reason to believe that his contract will not be extended. However, he was quick to add that the decision ultimately is at the discretion of the Prime Minister. Speculation has been rife that there might be a change of guard at Petronas when Taufik's contract ends. He took the helm at Petronas in mid-2020 during the thick of the COVID-19 pandemic, succeeding Tan Sri Wan Zulkifli Wan Arifin. Meanwhile, Petronas said it anticipates lower profitability for 2023 after the national oil firm's profit after tax for the first quarter grew only 2% to 23.8 billion from 23.4 billion a year earlier. The group's revenue for the quarter improved 16% year-on-year to 90.4 billion from 78.2 billion previously, largely due to improved sales volumes and favourable foreign exchange impact. However, this was tempered by lower average realised prices from major products. In a statement, Petronas said it is expecting lower profitability for the year, as oil and gas prices are expected to moderate due to continued economic uncertainties. Nevertheless, the group says it remains committed to strengthening its business activities while pursuing its sustainability agenda. Petronas' capital expenditure amounted to 10.5 billion during the quarter, mainly contributed by upstream and gas projects. Taufik said the group will remain cautious moving forward as it focuses on prudent financial management and invests in strengthening its core and expanding its business portfolio. He expects the average crude oil price to be in the range of $81 to $85 per barrel this year. Maxis will sign a 5G access agreement, according to its CEO, Goh Xiao Eng. Goh, who was speaking at a panel discussion at Invest Malaysia 2023 Series 2, also asserted that coverage of populated areas, or COPA, is not a good indicator of coverage. Goh adds it is actually not a matter of Maxis not signing an access agreement, saying that the telco will sign a 5G access agreement, but that it is also a matter of coverage. Later, when the press attempted to approach Goh following the panel discussion for clarification on Maxis inking a 5G access agreement, he declined to comment. Prior to the panel discussion during the event's keynote address, Communications and Digital Minister Fahmi Fadzil said that Malaysia's 5G rollout does not solely depend on the efforts of Digital Nasional, but also on mobile network operators. Fahmi took out his phone and quipped that it has only 4G access, remarking that this phone uses Maxis, the only telco yet to ink a 5G access agreement with DNB. Fahmi, during his keynote address, also announced that Malaysia's 5G network has achieved 62.1% COPA as at end May, compared to 59.5% at end April. He says this indicates that the rollout is continuing expeditiously. The government aims to ensure that by the end of the year, as fast as possible, it will be able to reach 80% COPA, and there has been commitment by all MNOs to see this through. Edelteq Holdings made a strong debut on the ACE market today, opening at 75 sen, a 51 sen or 213% premium from its initial public offering price of 24 sen. The counter managed to reach an intraday high of 80 sen, but was unable to hold on to its gains, closing at 73 sen. This still represents a 204% premium to its issue price, and the stock was among Bursa Malaysia's most active, with over 104 million shares changing hands. Edelteq, an engineering support provider for integrated circuit assembly and test processes, raised 24 million from the IPO, of which 3.7 million has been earmarked for the construction of a new factory in Batu Kawan, Penang. Executive Director and Group CEO Chin Yong Kiong said the new factory will expand its capacity within the next 3 to 5 years after beginning its operations in March 2024. He adds that the group is expanding to Europe while improvising its expansion in the Philippines. One point to note, the IPO was originally delayed from May 30th due to Chin being sued by his former employer, Technovation, for alleged breach of employment contracts and abuse of legal process. When asked, Chin said that it is still at the case management stage and that any updates will be provided to the media. On May 20th, Edelteq had clarified that the dispute is a personal matter between Chin and Technovation and had nothing to do with the group. Malaysia's success in the legal dispute against the claims made by the purported heirs of the long-defunct Sulu Sultan in the Paris Court of Appeal on Tuesday proves that the country was right all along in defending its rights and sovereignty, according to a Bernama report. Foreign Minister Datuk Sri Dr. Zambry Abdul Kadir said it also showed that the case brought by Malaysia was true and accurate, while the case brought by the Sulu side was more an effort made for the benefit of certain parties. He told a press conference that Malaysia's rights are recognized internationally based on international law. Zambry said the close cooperation among the parties involved in the issue, led by Minister in the PM's Department, Law and Institutional Reform, Datuk Sri Azalina Othman Said, had also resulted in a very meaningful decision for Malaysia. On Tuesday, the Paris Court of Appeal upheld Malaysia's challenge against the partial award rendered on May 25, 2020 by Dr. Gonzalo Stampa in the case filed by 8 citizens of the Philippines who are purported heirs of the long-defunct Sultan of Sulu. The decision means the claimants cannot rely on the sham award in France for any purpose. Datin Sri Rosmah Mansor claims that the Lebanese jewellery firm Global Royalty Trading has no locus standi or legal standing to file a suit against her here, as it should have been filed in New York in the US instead. In her statement of defence, she said the suit did not stipulate the cause of action, hence the suit could be described as frivolous, vexatious and an abuse of the court process. Rosmah also said the company had violated the proper party rules and that she reserves the right to file additional defences to the claim, as well as an application to strike out the suit. She further claimed that as the wife of the then PM, Datuk Sri Najib Razak, there were companies like the plaintiff which sought publicity of their products and wanted her to be their customer. It was reported in April by The Edge that Global Royalty had refiled the $14.57 million suit in the High Court here against Rosmah for 43 pieces of jewellery which were dispatched to her in February 2018 but are now allegedly missing following a raid by authorities. The firm only managed to recover one item among the 12,000 pieces seized, namely one diamond bracelet worth $220,000.